Something like that. What the one lost VIPs? I guess their games got VIP and I got Andre. Wait, who is this? Oh, there we go, now the game is showing up. Who did this to me? My redeem screen broke. Sorry, man. Thank you.
It's very fancy of you.
No, sorry, getting the pink not bikini for me. It will show up any moment now. Okay, aside from that distraction, let's get back to the game. Or even got cherries. Guessing cherries got blueberries. There we go. I would have guessed cherries too. I'm 72% Q today. You should lower it by 3 points. I lowered it by so much more. I just woke up and this is the first thing I did. Thank you for picking the bikini. Do you like it? Do you like the design? I really like it. Today it's Jannertto playing Tombi in Swedish to read a bunch of stuff.
Yippee.
Yippee. That was the most exciting yippee I've ever heard. At least it's a
inte avskogen är förfarlig.
Something tells me these words have shown up before.
You get that feeling too, to be honest. It's just strange in a way.
Yeah, the further into the game you get, the more dialogue you get. Strangely, they starting to remix the words in different ways. What is this, a language? Bounce, bounce, bounce. I had the silly idea for a conlang, and one of the aspects of it was that words would go in different classes, kind of like genders, but what I would do is that you would pick the adjectives will be different. So even though it has the exact same meaning behind the adjective would just be a completely different one, from a different origin. It doesn't make...
I have no idea what you mean by that. Okay.
It doesn't make any natural sense in reality, but... Well... The closest example I have of that happens to be Hungarian, where they have two different words for red, vörös and piros. Both just means red, but they are used in different contexts, not to refer to different shades, just in different contexts.
There's a stream together in what, by the way?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one. Let me open that. Did you press it? Then I just open this link and it should work. There we go. Now we can press the shared chat. There we go. Technically I couldn't press it earlier too, but whatever.
Gee, you aren't from here.
That's enough.
That's the first sentence.
What did it say?
Gee, you are not from here.
No.
Okay.
I guess this is more of an expression. It's if you translate it literally, it would be give yourself not away, which is a different meaning in English, but that's not what it means.
Alright.
It means like don't go away. I do not know how a giveaway becomes to leave, but whatever. That's Swedish.
I'm here bamboozled. How am I supposed to know or understand this in the slightest?
Like, Jav, usually expressed as say of, means to leave.
So the beginning and the end of the sentence mean a thing, and then you show stuff in the middle,
Well,
and it still sort of means the same thing.
well, kinda. That's kind of how there's a term for these kind of verbs, because you have the two verbs, which means to leave. In this case, give away. So it means leave. And then you put the pronoun of who it relates to between those, because the pronoun must, because it is the subject, not the object. No, it's the object, not the subject. Again. Since it's the one being affected by the verb, it comes after the verb, but it can't come after both verbs, because that would make too much sense. So it plays in between.
Imagine that.
And then, because it's a negative form, the negative marker is also placed between the two, so really spreading the verb apart. This is the shortened form of du ska inte ge dig av, where du ska means you should, and of course inte means not. And in that case it comes before ge dig av. But since the first part is removed, the inte shifts from the first verb to the second verb. I actually don't know if av. No, av is a preposition, which, I mean, in this case, postposition. No, yeah, it's not a verb. It's not two verb. It's now. Sorry, it's a verb with the called add position neutrally. Yeah, it's that kind of combination, and you put between them. Yeah, so you can't put you must put the pronoun directly after the verb, because the second word there is not a verb. I was mistaken when I call it a verb. It's not. You can't place the pronoun after that. Trying to I guess in English it doesn't really change matter.
Spoken är förfärlig.
I don't know, think about it. Some other sentences I can think of, the pronouns actually come at the very end. Anyway, Swedish is weird. This is, I guess this is a sentence, but yes, skogen, that one you should know by now.
I have already checked it, it's the forest.
Yep.
Farlig is dangerous.
Yeah.
I think.
You're getting there.
I don't know what fur in essence means here, but forest is dangerous.
Forest, yes, fur. Do you have any notes on it?
I mean, I do, but it's do before a verb.
Yeah, to an excessive degree. And it shouldn't be before a verb, it should be before an adjective.
That is what I have
Okay.
wrote here, and I believe it is because I've heard that from you.
Yes,
Or
I
misheard it from
yeah.
you.
I
So-
mishearing, or I said it wrong. That is also a possibility. I will admit that
But
I.
it
Not
says
perfect.
that it's only to before verb.
Yeah, it's to in. Try to think of a sentence where you would use it. No, it should be an I probably said no. What I think said was probably adverb because it was. Yeah, adverb was probably the actual word I used at the time. Hopefully, or I misspoke. That's a possibility. Adverbs and adjectives, things that describes verbs and nouns or substantives. I translate points as the or the beat. If I look up the word the, I just want to make sure.
I'll close door.
I'm going to see. Yeah, the as particle means overly, excessively. That is correct. And the other word you said was beat. Yeah, which is also to a high degree. But the bit is where it's used more if a negative sense, while za is a positive sense, if that makes sense. However, the example here being used in a sentence, it's too dangerous. That's still a positive sentence, but it's like it's too dangerous. So like it's too dangerous is not overly dangerous in that sense. Like that's, I mean, it is overly dangerous, but it's too dangerous for you to go there. Hence the use of zbyt in Polish, I would assume. Zbyt. But I do not speak Polish. That was just a wild guess from me, and it's not even relevant because we're supposed to learn Swedish. But it was funny that you wrote it in Polish. However, you're still allowed to leave despite him saying that you're not supposed to leave. But you don't really have a reason to leave because you can still complete some missions in that area. And then...
Isn't even the forest.
Well, there is the laughing forest if you go the other way. Yeah, there's no forest between that intersection and... This game is weird.
You shouldn't throw yourself away. The forest is too dangerous. By the way, this doesn't lead to the forest.
Well, it does. Okay. One of the ways leads to the forest, the other one leads to the dangerous mountain, which is also dangerous.
I feel like this game's makers, or the narrative writer for this game, was just like, let's hype everything up.
Yep.
By saying it's too dangerous.
Sounds about right.
What is the thing? Say don't show.
Show don't tell.
That's yeah. That's the preferable way. Yeah.
Yeah. Say don't show is the opposite.
Hi, Longer.
Here's Longer. I've seen Longer on my channel at times. I just get shout out of Beabakin Kirimin. I hope you have a nice shower. I am a bunny. And Janne is a cyborg. Not a cyborg bunny though.
Or am I?
As far as I can see, no, you aren't. But if you would like to be a cyborg bunny, I wouldn't be against it.
I have already considered adding cat ears to the model at some point.
Oh my. I thought you were going to say, like, I have already considered making like a female bunny girl wearing like a bunny suit. Leotard.
I don't really like bunny suit, it's kind of boring.
With exaggerated curves. But add something to it to make it more less boring. Big boobs. Half covered by the leotard. But the leotard shows bare hips. Lunker is interested.
Is there a different name for the variant that goes down to your thighs?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Jumpsuit. But
I feel like that goes down to your almost feet.
Yeah, I mean there are different lengths of it.
Fair enough.
Although everything I find here is full length, so there are some that are knee length. Let's go. But the leotard also like highlights the whole crotch area.
I guess there is some wish for me to make the Jannertto. What is it? I don't actually know what to call it. I guess Jannertto social variant, the only one of its skin, and cosplays for them.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Convincing Jannertto to be to introduce fan service. That's the real progress this stream has.
You saw me. You saw me.
Yeah. Oh, Lunker does have the leotard. Look. No, the leg is not fully covering it, but yeah. But he had the tight leotard that goes over the the body. I mean,
that's a way to cover the hips.
Oh yeah, because the leotard is kind of highlighting like how it goes down between, kind of follow its shape going down to the crotch. Classic panties also has the same kind of design to it, and one-piece swimsuits as well. But anyway, and then if a femboy is wearing it, then you might get another bonus there too. But anyway, enough of Fun Pun's fantasies.
I don't think I have anything to do with Konstikt.
Konstikt, that's the variant of Konstig. But maybe you don't have that either.
Nope.
Which means strange. So the T suffix is, you know, the N words and et words. But if you're talking about something in general, you use the et variant of it. So in a sentence like this, when you say just vad konstigt, that just means how strange.
Yep.
And because you're talking in general, you use the version ending with a T, just how it works. Unless you're looking at an actual object and the object is strange, then you can say like, Vad konstig den är. Usually we probably continue it with the it's way when I didn't continue the sentence. Oh, anyway.
Är du inte rädd för mig?
Är du inte rädd för mig? Yes. I am not.
Räddare is the only red word I have.
Red. that is what Pon feels when a Jannertto starts threatening with using such a thing. It means scared.
Okay. What did you say? That's what you are when I do something.
When you threaten with using a certain redeem, humiliation. Yeah, it will be the
I don't think I ever threatened to use it though.
I guess you're not. But sometimes I had a feeling that Jannertto is going to use it. But like this moment here. Why you didn't even do the bodysuit? When you do the bodysuit, it's like, oh no, Jannertto is going to follow that one up with a second team. I guess it's not a threat.
Hello, sweaty socks.
Like, you didn't have to demonstrate.
I just feel like it is unjustified of you to say that I threaten to use it since I never do.
So your solution is to use it.
Ah,
You're silly.
says you.
Yes, I do. Came from my voice.
Are you not scared by me?
Yeah. Hello, sweaty. You gotta pay. But yeah, fighting game like Mortal Kombat, but instead of fatality, you have humiliation. Oh, that's a little like a game Pon should make.
Well, speaking of the devil, we did have that fighting game in plans, didn't we?
Yeah. Definitely. I know.
How's that model coming along?
Haven't even looked at it in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm working on everything else instead. Well, so we're still going through this game now. I mean, we can just take the one I have made so far. I don't really need to continue on it. I need to throw in a quick skeleton in it. Hello, kids.
I would actually suggest we borrow a skeleton from some Unity asset model because then we can more easily use assets from the asset shop for the animations if we want.
That
At
is
least in
an
the
option.
at least in the prototyping phase.
Yeah. Does make sense. So,
Som du märker ser jag ut precis som en mus.
well, I wouldn't be able to tell that from the way the character looks. I guess I had to figure out what it says.
Marker seems to be something I'm missing.
Märker means to notice something. To become aware. Not really to become aware, but like as is apparent to you, basically. There we go, that's a good one.
Hi, Gus.
It's cold. Zdrowia, plesi. Yeah, mine is so what does like the first 3 words is kind of like its own thing. That you can manage separately. That is saying. Because the sentence is skipping the word så, as in som du märker, så ser det ut, precis som jag minns. But you can skip that word in speech, which they have done in this dialogue. But it's one of those words that makes the second part, the second clause, which changes the verb and subject. One of those weird things that happens.
I see.
Which you got warned about in your studies.
Actually, I don't, to be honest.
Well, the word is see. the fourth one.
I meant
I know.
whatever hidden words bullshit.
Oh, well, yeah. It's supposed to be between the third and fourth word. The word så. S-O. The Swedish O. It's what happens when you speak a language. You're starting to skip words. I'm sure Finnish does it too, but when you skip a word a lot, it kind of becomes the standard. If everyone does it, and then like, well, technically don't skip the word. Just it doesn't exist anymore.
There is argument to be made that if you can skip a word and the communication happens exactly the same, then that word was there kind of without a reason in the first place.
Well, so, well.
But then we come to the slang sort of communication where they start skipping so many words that if you give it to any third person, they will just look at you like a madman.
Yeah, I was going to say that when it comes to shortcuts in languages, simpler sentences, it's easier to keep track of what's going on. More complex sentences can be quite messy to figure that stuff out. So it could be a good idea not skip them. Yeah, and as I said, not everyone is familiar with skipping these words. There are many variants of the language with all the dialects.
I would almost categorize when it goes so far that you start to actually lose context. It kind of falls into this category of in-group communication.
Yeah.
Where everyone in that group knows what it means because they have the previous context of what it has always meant. And no one else does.
Or like how the past tense of some verbs are skipped. If the resulting verb is the same as the indefinite, what is it, infinitive verb, it's perfectly fine to use as a past tense verb. But if you can't just use the indefinite infinitive verb as a past tense verb, it's just like that, which is silly.
Goes over my head. So some do, obviously.
Yeah, like say take the verb fråga, which means to ask. The infinitive is to ask. That's why I use the to verb. So in Swedish, att fråga, which you can call like the dictionary version of the verb. The past tense of this is frågade, which has the suffix de. This suffix can be completely skipped, and you can just say fråga as a past tense, because the past tense comes from the whole sentence. Yeah. But if you take a verb like se, att se, infinitive again, the past tense is såg, which is now it has changed the word to something else. You cannot use the infinitive here as a past tense. That's wrong. And you cannot just, there is no suffix of the past tense version of this verb, so it just have to use the past tense in this case.
So I do want to give a bit of feedback on giving examples on things.
Okay.
If you want me to understand your example, it might not be wise to try and teach me new linguistic information and the example at the same time. Because I'm pretty sure people would get easier confused with that.
Sure, I mean, it makes sense. I didn't know how to else explain it.
That is fair too, but I felt like this was a good point to give feedback on.
Yeah. Okay, you can use the dictionary version of the verb as a past tense if it only differs by the suffix. There we go. That's the simplest explanation I have.
Still something that goes over my head, but that's probably
yeah,
your fault.
Probably a written example would make sense.
I might need a bit of a mind map.
Not that it matters in your studies anyway, so only if you're going to learn Swedish as a spoken language. Which my boyfriend is going to learn, so he's going to learn that. But I mean, it comes naturally when you use the language.
I actually need to only learn surprisingly specific area of Swedish language.
Well, fair.
This is concentrated on quote-unquote working life.
Well,
so much of this dictionary is kind of pointless, but it has probably helped me actually retain some Swedish knowledge and actually get the basics back. So
nice.
I'm not calling this experiment waste. I'm just saying that
he was doing it.
Maybe being better concentrated, but that doesn't really work when it comes to this sort of stuff, does it?
No, I mean, we're doing it for the fun of it.
Who is it?
And I mean, if we're going to do like the most efficient form of studying, then that wouldn't really be the same thing, would it?
No.
That would be a different kind of stream.
I feel like I would not stream that, to be honest.
And no, that's bad.
Partly because it has potentially needs to go through my actual personal details, so...
Yeah, sometimes that's being used in some studies.
Yeah.
Which is not good on a stream, but yeah, makes sense.
For some reason we needed to go through, like, family details. And I just wonder, why the heck does my employer need to know my family structure?
Who knows?
I can't think of a reason.
Me neither.
Unless they need to know if I am connected to someone who they are connected to.
Yes,
But yeah, obviously some are.
as it
It's essentially
says here in the sentence, as you might notice, is the first 3 words, and then you have the rest of the sentence. Hello, never. You got a melon. Lurk, wolves.
Happy lurks, never.
Lurky, working. Lurking and working. Yeah, I have to gather those 500 points. I have over 600 for some reason.
What did you say?
Nothing at all.
I see.
Yeah. If you did, yeah. Now let's move on. What does the sentence? What's the rest of the sentence say? Oh, cat girl, nice choice. Hopefully nothing bad comes out of this.
Map.
Sounds like I know you.
Do you though?
Well, I know you are. You are a Finnish streamer, and that's about it.
Damn.
Living in.
One would think you know more about.
I don't remember. Yeah, I do know more about you. I know that you like Ponpon's panties. Ut. Yeah, that's how you say it in Finland, Swedish, I guess. It's outwards. So here again, we have the 2. So I think we covered this previously. You have the word se, present tense ser, and ut, which together becomes to have an appearance. Does that make sense?
Appearance.
Yeah, so you might have it in your notes, or you might not.
I had. Okay.
It's your outwards appearance. Therefore, it means look out, but obviously that has a different meaning in English. But it's your outwards look. It's what its Swedish meaning means. Which makes sense, I think.
I wonder if it's just older languages where stuff seems. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of words that are just 2 words loosely smashed together.
There's a lot of those words here.
Yeah, but these ones aren't even combination words, they're just loosely smashed together. I'm wondering, is this like a thing that happens in old language, older...
Well...
I understand what I mean by that term this time, but like older languages where they have needed to create new words out of the cloth, so to say.
Not exactly what you mean by... I mean...
I don't know.
Because, I mean, all languages are the same age, but yeah, unless it's a constructed language.
Well, Finnish... The... written Finnish is far newer.
Oh yeah, I mean, that, yeah, if you're talking about like written form...
Swedish.
Yeah, if you're talking about like the written form, the reason why these 2 are is considered separate, because you could, because in spoken language we don't really have spaces. We only you can speak with spaces, but normally when you speak, you just say a word after another word.
Som du märker jag utspärjas en mus.
Yeah, something like
You do have spaces, it's just how you use them is kind of a separate thing.
I mean... I mean, sure, you do have pauses in places where you want to put emphasis, but you also don't have pauses if you can just chain words together. Like if you have precis som there, you can just chain it together and just say precis som. It's one word. And also because som ends with a consonant and n and starts with a vowel, you can also change those together. And now we have precis som n. It's said without any pauses in it, just one word. But we do consider those as 3 words because you can use these 3 elements in different ways. We consider those to still be 3 separate elements, hence spaces. And the same thing works with the combination of se ut. Even though we use it as one concept, the verb se still changes independently of ut. Because it's the se that takes the present tense marker, not the word ut. And also, as in this example, the pronoun goes between the verb and the ut. So they are treated as 2 separate words in the spoken form, therefore they are also the case in the written form. Does that make sense?
I'm pondering the original point.
The original point was why do Swedish consider se ut as 2 separate words instead of just one thing?
Not that original point. The original point of spoken language not having spaces.
I don't know. Oh, spoken language not having spaces. No, that was just something I brought up because as an example for spoken language doesn't, like, you can use spaces but you can also not use spaces when you speak. There's probably some example of 2 words that when said one after another sounds the same as one word that happens to have the same syllables but is one word instead of 2 words, but there is no pronunciation differences because of the lack of spoken spaces.
I don't know if there is such a thing, but if there was 2 words that could be said right next to each other, that also are a combination word. I think this was.
And I do want to clarify, by that I mean that the one word just happens to sound like the 2 words, but they mean different things. Yeah, they are different words.
Yes.
But anyway, should you read this sentence?
So my appearance.
Or because it's a verb, I appear. Oh, Kochi! Thank you for following beautiful. This is an awkward. Kochi, we just got a new follower and you do this. And by we, I mean I. Hey, follow.
New follow by removing on stress.
Follow. Pluto, follow Jannertto too. No, you don't have to. I mean, if you want to, it would be. I think Jannertto would be happy. Unless you're already following Jannertto, then I appreciate you following me too. So she got a pair or this a pair. Mochi. What? I thought we talked about this. Okay, continue. I'm not going to stop you, Kochi. You do as you want.
I'm just wondering, do you actually expect Kochi to listen?
No, I actually don't. Coach is a rascal. I have to go be right back to, of course. See, this is what I'm saying. Coach shows up and there's his pon and then just leaves.
Safe travels. Or whatever you're gonna do, Coach.
I think Coach is going to go to the kitchen.
Well, out of all the rooms that a normal household has, I would argue kitchen has most of the dangers.
Safe travels. Well, I don't think the travel is going to be the struggle, and it's the arrival. And
that's why the addition of or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah. Palma is being silly again. Oh, she wants to talk a bit more. Cause she, yeah. But she has to. Sort of know when Coach actually leaves or not, because he also says like, okay, I need to go now, but he's actually not leaving. It's when he's overwhelmed. When he's overstimulated.
Am I?
Yeah, overstimulated bunny.
Being overstimulated on Bonbon stream.
So do you all get overstimulated in my stream?
Yeah. What does precise mean?
Precisely. Or exactly, or something like that. Yeah, precisely, which pretty close to English, I think. Or, yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's switch back and forth. Indecisive is who I am.
What does mus mean?
That is a mouth.
Oh.
What's the Finnish word for that? Moosi.
So.
Well, close enough. No. Not very close.
And I don't know how on topic this is, but I think suukko means kiss.
Oh. Have you done a lot of that?
Nope.
One day.
Who knows?
A lovely lady, a man, or anything in between, whatever falls in your interest. Yeah, so now I figured out what it says, right?
I technically know what the words mean, but the sentence doesn't really make any sense to me.
Oh, okay, what have you figured out then? So I can see if there's some misunderstanding.
I don't remember how you phrased it, but my appearance exactly at mouth. I don't.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Mouse.
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 Ah.
Yeah, mouse.
Mouse. Aha, I see. It's not mouth, it's mouse.
Yes.
Well, that explains a lot.
Kiiri.
That would be Kiiri.
Yeah. Does it make sense now?
So something along the lines of my appearance is precisely like mouse's.
Well, a mouse it says, but yes.
Peculiar way to say that I look like a mouse.
Well, it's kind of like the verb is look, as in look, but you have to add the other word to. You're not the one looking, you're the one who has the appearance of. So I look precisely like a mouse is more closer to what the Swedish says. But of course in Swedish you can't just translate it literally, because if you don't add the ut in there, that means that no longer means to have the appearance of a mouse, but to have the vision like a mouse.
I also feel like the precise is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah. Especially since the character does not look precisely like a mouse. And it's also half covered in a hat, but
Well, that's kind of the point, that they weren't wearing the hat when we arrived.
I don't. Right. That is true.
Yes. Människor brukar skrika och springa när de ser oss.
Well, it's yeah. This is one of those odd words. It's would be miniature. Yeah, I don't know how. No, doesn't actually make any sense. That's one of the weird exceptions.
What does it mean?
Humans, so people.
Okay.
Plural. Miniature. There we go.
People usually...
Yeah.
I don't have skrika.
As that's this scream.
People usually scream and spring around.
Yes. Indeed.
When they see me.
Well, I want to see us sit there.
Yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple of them.
I'm just wondering how it ended up that mice are so feared because
they're small. And they bring diseases.
as far as I know it's mother rats that bring diseases.
Well, who can tell the difference between a mouse and a rat in such a short moment?
Well, rat is like twice or thrice the size as far as I know.
And also, people don't like small creatures as well, so...
I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, bats and rats are kind of infamous as plague carriers. And apparently bats have some weird bullshit immune system thing that makes them practically immune to diseases somehow. I don't know exactly how or what the fuck is going on, but apparently that's part of the reason why they spread diseases so easily. And now I'm wondering, was it that their body heat could go higher than other species, or was it that it doesn't go so high?
No
I don't
idea.
know. Me neither. Egenlingen är vi
No,
inte mot.
egentligen... I don't know what you said there.
Egentligen.
Egentligen. Yeah, but it's, I guess... Egentligen, yeah. Is there...
So is it G that becomes G? G.
Egentligen. Because the N at the end is a suffix. So the root word is egentlig.
I'm confused what you're speaking about.
G becomes yeah. So therefore it's yen. And then you have tlig after it, egentlig, which has the g at the end of it. And then you add the suffix n to it, but that doesn't change the sound of the final letter. So it's still egentlig.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when I said it, I said egentlingen.
Yeah.
So it's the first letter that I failed to say correctly.
No, so no. Whatever. Try it again then.
Egentlingen.
No. Egentligen.
So I need to pause at the G.
No, you just need to pronounce it g, not yeah. That's it.
Gen.
Yes, there we
How's
go.
the J?
Egentligen. There we go. You don't need to pause. I just emphasized it.
Egentligen.
Yeah.
That's how I have set the entrant.
No, I don't feel like you said it that way.
Well, I certainly did not notice to say it as a J, so I have been saying it as a G as normally I would say it.
Well, oh well. Whatever.
Either way. I don't think I have that here.
Yeah, I feel like you should have.
to know about that.
Okay, but yeah, it means like actually in reality, in actuality, if that makes sense. So actually, I would say it's a good way to translate that.
RVU inte moss.
Well, yeah, it's mus. It's just that I guess the letters merged together there. Doesn't really go that low, or did they actually made a typo? Here's Hades, Sir Haynes. Hello, thank you for the raid. Oh, look, it's Perseus and a group of imps temporarily interrupting your shooter. Thank you for raiding, I really appreciate that. Playing Silent Hill function as I read it. Silent Hills, Florence.
But it's not Silent Hill Fahrenheit.
No, that's the wrong symbol for that.
Mayhaps.
That would be a capital F. This is a lowercase f with a curve to it. Thank you so much for raiding. I hope you had it. That this is the latest Silent Hill, right? I think. Which I think is just called F. They just used a stylized one in the. Yeah, it's the currency symbol for florin. But it's also stands for function, I think. It's also used in the EU language, or is it EW language? Silent Hill beer? I don't know, yeah.
Without going into spoiler territory or too much into the newest Silent Hill, and pretty much it has very little to do with fear.
Well, I don't know, I never played a Silent Hill, so...
Without it being a rather generic survival horror game, it has very little to do with fear. And that's all I'm gonna say about it due to the fact that spoilers. Well, that's nice to know. It does seem like well, not my style, but a decent, if not good, horror survival game.
So, I'm liking it so far though, that's nice. I never played a Silent Hill, but it's good that you are having a good time playing. I can't say much because I don't know much at all. It's a Japanese game or something. Is it though? No, it's a Hong Kong game. Aha.
Good night, Jade.
It is published by the Japanese company, but it's developed in Hong Kong. There we go.
Well,
actually, it's actually the headquarters is in Hong Kong, but the development team is in Taiwan.
that is a very peculiar combination.
And they have developed this game in question.
Did you say Taiwan?
Yes, that's where they were. In Taipei. In China, if you want to keep it short.
It's not in China. That is.
I mean, it's in China. It's located in what do they call the Republic of China, as they refer to themselves as. Exactly. No, Marisi, no, stop it. Let's leave it time. No, Jaded, yeah, we tired Jaded as usual. I hope you get up from bed soon.
Yeah.
I don't know much. It's fine. Yeah. So that's where. So it's.
I feel like there's a stack of different ways how saying that Taiwan is China is kinda bad and good and bad and bad and good.
Well. Okay.
Because of the popular vision of the mainland China being China and the actual China, which technically isn't the case.
Planplan takes no sign. This studio is located in China. Whatever you make as an assumption from that, that's up to you. I can specifically say that the studio is located in the city Taipei. And also in Zhuzhou, as in Zhuzhou. So yeah, if you want to be more, which is also located in China, but on the mainland, while Taipei is located on the island.
I wonder if Hong Kong was the city that used to be under British rule. British
that would be the case.
Management that then China just took to themselves.
They have
kind of a hostile takeover.
I mean, didn't Britain hostilely take it over to begin with, or something? I don't know.
What did you say?
I don't know. I don't know British history. I feel like they hostilely take over a bunch of stuff too.
No, I mean China, mainland China, hostilely took it back, kinda.
It became a British possession in 1841. And then they had the Treaty of Nanking in 1942. And then they had the... and then Japanese occupied it in 1941. And then they became British in 1981. And then it become Sino-British in 1984, and it was handed over to China in 1997.
But after 1997, it still had this sort of strange management, like separate management that was, I think, there because Britain, the contract with Britain kind of demanded it. But recently China has just ripped it off, essentially.
Well,
there was some I don't know what esports person who got their prize taken away due to the fact that they stood with solidarity with the Hong Kong people to kind of keep their independent management. If I remember the story correctly. Do find mind sources. Hopefully they exist still.
erased from the internet.
I mean, knowing how much power China seems to have these days, it kind of not surprised me, but I find it unlikely.
65 stream streak. And also, let's see. Oh, super cute on this. Oh, so rude of Reese to just take a peek and say it looks cute. Oh, look a cute sassy bunny who loves being on these. I don't. Trust me, I don't.
I sort of feel like that's a lie.
This is a massive confusion. I don't like to be in my undies.
Your actions speak a different tone, I suppose.
Oh, wait, what actions? What actions have I taken?
Make the redeem.
Oh, well, I guess there's a point. I made it to make people happy.
Well, that's admirable.
I'm suffering for your enjoyment.
Well, there's a lot of people who do that, I suppose. As long as it doesn't affect your quality of life.
No, it's not like I'm taking too much mental damage from it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, what
Yeah, what?
does you mean?
You? Well, that is a good question. I think Wixner explained it in a really good way. I think we have had it before. It indicates an expectation of shared understanding, or that what is said is an obvious fact.
So, common knowledge.
So you could say it gives it two examples of as you well known, or of course.
Aha. And what's up with moss?
Well, yeah, the dots above it is being hidden by the letter above it. You can tell that it's supposed to be there because of the second G. It doesn't have the 1 pixel to the right of the loop. Yeah, for some reason they put those dots really high up. Or if they put them lower, you would actually be able to see them. They can, of course, have fixed this by moving the word inte down a line, and there we go. No more issues. But they didn't. Because there's no quality check here.
The texts are likely auto-placed, so...
Well, yeah, but they do have some controls. Well, I guess the dialog boxes might be the same size regardless of language, which is a problem. What they could have done is adding a bunch of spaces, forcing it to go on the next line.
Maybe.
But presumably, so the person who translated this just got a huge line, a huge document of a bunch of text, translated it without ever looking at the game.
And then probably the game makers just put all of that in without looking too much how it looks.
They just took this and put it in, and then they were done. And then you moved on with your life. But if I were to make a game, fun. We're supposed to make one. Then I would actually go through all the translations and make sure that they are rendered correctly and everything.
Or we just use such text prompt pipeline or asset that actually does them better in the first place.
I mean, yeah, I still want to go through and make sure it looks great.
That comes very costly with games with a lot of text.
Well, and luckily, I mean, this game doesn't have that much text. It does have text, but not like... It does have a lot of text, but like... It's not like super huge. Plus, I said the games I would make, I wouldn't make games with that much text, so... at least that's not my plans. like that game idea I have that I should put together with your help at some point. That one wouldn't have much text in it.
Beyond tutorial text, I suppose.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be that much. It's not too much to explain in the game.
You'll need to plan a little what is explained well though.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes. Things will be strategized of how things will explain. But that's for later. But I also have other ideas for games. But one at a time. There's even with the other idea that we couldn't agree on anyway. But yeah, that kind of game idea wouldn't.
What couldn't we agree on?
the Return Fire inspired game.
Fair enough.
I mean, that game would also not have a lot of text.
Yeah. I would maybe disagree with that. We couldn't really come to an agreement with it. More so, I'd argue we haven't really spoken to.
I mean, yes, we have so far not come to an agreement with it. Yes, we have not spoken too much about it.
Yeah.
We definitely enjoy your Andy's small racy. I'm glad I'm able to provide that for the audience. While we're waiting for Jannertto to figure this sentence out.
So, did mus mean us or?
No, that means that's a plural of moose, which is mouse. So, mouses or mice, as people would actually claim it is. Do.
Actually, we aren't just mice. Or of course, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's more like actually we are, of course, not mice.
Yeah.
Or like, as you may know, we are we're actually not mice. Not like that. Something along those lines.
Rumrissar.
Oh, they were
evil pigs.
Yes. Yeah.
The evil pig enchanted
Yes.
hour. That doesn't make much sense.
The evil pig's enchanted hour. What? It's correct so far, but yeah, what's the next one?
What is spy?
B, which is the actual word, of course, which is village.
I'm confused why you have so short word for village, but
Why not?
I suppose doesn't really matter.
Why does English have such a long word for village?
Well, I suppose you don't usually speak about villages and towns so often, so it can have a
Checking
longer
the long
word for it.
word for in Finnish. Kille.
Kyllä.
Kille. Yeah, this seems short to me, but
Kyllä means yes.
Kille.
Yes, village.
In Northern Mansi, it's Kol.
Couchy went to the second most dangerous room in the normal household. The shower.
By the time from the
Okay,
shower,
for
hi
the
chat.
wet
Kochi,
floors.
why didn't you tell us that you went to the shower? Because it would be so fun. Kochi, have you put on clothes yet?
One seems to be rather nosy about those shower visits.
Yeah, I mean, Kochi going to the shower sounds very exciting. I had to make sure you pervs don't look. Yeah, that's right.
Don't worry, Coachy, I'm not interested.
So denied. Or rejected. Don't worry, Kochi, I'm always interested. Anyway. Yes, the evil pig
Village and förvandlan.
almost förvandlade. Oh, I almost said it wrong. Förvandlade. Oh, that was tricky. Förvandlade. It means transformed. Förvandlade. That's a consonant cluster. Yeah, this is why this is both these two verbs, förtrollade and förvandlade, are past tense, and you can say them without the suffix. So förtrolla and förvandla, which is easier to say. Probably why people say it that way. Still is the past tense, because it's still something that has happened, but it's still active, if that makes sense.
And transformed all of us into mice.
Exactly.
What does grandma mean? Scare.
Yes. Too scary. You got the app before there, so that's where the two come from. I like you, Kochi. You're silly. I like your silliness.
We wear big hats so that we don't scare.
Hello, Miguela. Gayala. Gayala.
Andra means
Andra is
outsiders,
others.
not hers.
Just others. What did you say the second word was?
Where?
Yeah. I misunderstood you first when you read the sentence, but yes. Then I understood. Then you understood the sentence. Oh look, double space. See, they can do that. Which obviously is an error.
So what does sack mean?
Say. Well, in this case, it's an expression. It's like a form of attention grabber. But it does mean to tell. I guess in English you would say do tell.
And how is it differentiated from what I presume to be other use of sack then?
Say is the imperative to tell. You're telling someone to say something. What other usage are there?
The one you just said.
No, that's the only meaning I can think of right now. And the only meaning I can find in the dictionary here. Unless you're speaking Ghanaian. A certain dialect. It just means the command to have someone say something. And that's literally what the person says. Do tell me, basically, is what the person said.
Well, you described its meaning in such a way that it made me presume that there is some other meaning to it.
Well, hopefully that cleared up.
It did. Du är på resande åt eller hur? I don't have resande, I do have risotto.
Yeah, it's... resa, to travel. Yeah, which you said you had. Which can also be en resa, which are traveling. But the suffix there is becomes a traveling. Well, how do you say that in English actually?
Traveling?
Because it's not the present traveling, it's the adjective form of the verb. Does that make sense?
Adjective.
Yeah, it turns the verb to an adjective.
It describes something.
Yeah, it describes the noun that comes after it. So it says that the noun here is doing the traveling. Is doing the verb in question.
The ship is traveling. That is a verb.
Wait, you say the ship is traveling?
No, just in like general, I'm thinking how does...
Okay, and in general, well, if you want to say the ship is traveling, or rather a traveling sheep, you can say resande får.
No. I'm
Yes.
trying to understand how that adverb...
No, not an adverb, an adjective.
Adjective even word, like... In what sort of environment does it even come around?
An adjective, yeah, this describes a noun or a substantive. It's an adjective.
I understand that, but
Yes.
in this very precise context of
Wait,
a word
what do you mean?
being changed, the word travel being changed into...
Okay, you mean like that? Yeah, but the adjective has the meaning of the verb.
I don't get it.
Well, well, I wonder how I finish on something like that. But it's like, how would you even say that? It's basically grammatical. You can say that something is doing something, in this case using it as a verb, or you can say that the something is verb-like, as in it has the attribute of the verb. It is doing the verb, but you describe it using the verb. I don't know how to best describe that. That was very messy.
The traveling ship?
Yeah, traveling ship. Maybe you said ship and not sheep.
Yes, I said ship.
Okay, the traveling ship, yes. The ship is traveling. That means that it's doing the verb, and a traveling ship, now using it as an adjective. English is a bit messy because it basically doesn't mark the verbs, mark the words for its different purposes. So you can have like one word take up all the different ways of using it, and it gets very messy.
Okay. So what does foot mean?
Foot is foot, the thing you walk on.
Actually have tracks.
Well, not on the model on screen.
I'm making a bad joke.
Yeah, it was a bad joke because it doesn't make sense.
Also, you haven't seen my foot.
Oh, I mean, it's in the artwork I made. You showed a picture of your whole model. Aha, not so stupid now. Leopard, but it's only you should always remember. I didn't read that comment, but yeah, I keep saying people's full names. I always say Jannertto. Even though people shorten it to Janne, for example. I return and I bring a moo. You got a moo. That means that you don't have to punish Pon for it.
No, but you could celebrate with the standard way of celebrating at the Pon channel.
No, don't celebrate getting a moo. That's just abusing. That's just abusing system. You can't be like, oh, it didn't go correctly, therefore I will punish Pon, even though it wasn't even Pon's fault. And oh, it did go correctly, therefore I'm going to celebrate by doing the exact same thing to Pon.
We do a lot of things. We do a lot of things to treat ourselves after success and after grief, and both of these things can be the same thing.
For example, undressing Pon.
As long as it is consensual and doesn't harm anyone.
Harms my... then I will have removed it.
Indeed. What does eller mean?
That's the condition or.
Or?
Conditional, I guess I would say. However, it's an expression here when it says eller hur. That's the English one you end the sentence with right. Basic means or how. A lot of languages have different expressions like that, and it's very fascinating.
Or how?
Yeah, in Swedish we say or how, which is the meaning of ending your sentences right. As in, like, that's true, right?
Eikö niin?
And in Norwegian you say ikke sant, which means not true, which is like becomes kind of silly. You saw a dog, not true?
I guess Finland copies the init. Essentially.
Yeah, I heard it finish Eikö niin, but it doesn't give me a translation.
Yes. Well, I Google translated it and it said isn't.
Well, the problem with you in Google Translate, it might translate expressions.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of the thing. I wanted them to be just two different words so I can kind of find out how the Finnish say it in relation. Or yeah. How would the exact, well,
would it be like
word
is
would the Finnish way use in the English way?
Oh, you wanted the translated expression?
Yeah, so I could compare it with the others.
Yeah, so the Finnish one would be isn't it so, or something like that. You saw a dog, isn't it so? I don't know what example sentence to use.
Yeah.
I'm 140% cute. Kochi, hello Kochi. Quote, yes, I was doing while going down that. Question mark, what do you mean? What's the question mark? You got the quote right there. Is it confusing? Quote, Ponpon is confused why her two bunnies are bouncing, and that is not a euphemism. Kochi got some beans. Not Kochi's beans though, because Kochi doesn't have beans. Right, Kochi? In Vietnamese, it's by Quavum. It's very interesting. Try to pronunciation. By Quavum. Yeah, no, I can't pronounce that. Some languages just have hard clusters of sounds. I don't, but my model does, so it can be confusing. You should.
So
we should deal with that.
You are on traveling feet, are you not?
Exactly. Exactly, you got it. What is that one? That's a weird one. You're looking beautiful as always, Sweaty is looking very beautiful. Sweaty and beautiful. Which I went down the wrong hole. Very hole? No, just the wrong one. I didn't go down every hole. Whoa, another raid. We got raid happy today. Thank you so much for raiding. I really appreciate that. We're doing some Swedish learning here. Bonk. Plushie. Thank you, Denpa Nekonano. Hello, raiders. You changed your play. Wait, you changed the game you're playing, right? I had a look over there before I started streaming. So how did it go? It's sudden panic on an raid. Oh, you lovely waifus. I don't know if that's the term you would go with. That's the term I went with. And Jannertto is using 110% of the brain power here.
No, this is like 60 to 70% up to.
Okay.
I decided to take more brutal measures to changing my sleeping schedule, so I didn't get that much sleep last night. Well,
oh, I see.
Good sleep last night, I suppose.
Well, I guess we'll just continue until you can't continue. I decided to do some reading before bed. We did some of a story called Narcissu. It's very sad. So is that like a visual story? Is that what you mean by reading? Or did you actually read a book on stream? Says Chugibox. Yeah, sorry, I gave you 2 options and you also yes, I assume it's the first one. Hello, Chugibox.
Hi, Chugibox.
It's a visual novel. Yeah. Did it? Oh, it's a sad story. You did read sad stories too, right? I want to recall that. It's set in a hospital. Oh, I could imagine the sad part of that. Well, hopefully the reading went well. Quote, Pon will ponify, yes. At least you got a tame one compared to all the non-tame ones I have.
Does that work? Nope.
Exclamation point. Pon code. Wait, why doesn't that? Why that should work? Ah, thank you for testing it out. Now I need to look over why it doesn't work. I'm trying to learn to do voice acting. It's a challenge to voice the different characters, but there's less to worry about as the story goes on. How did that go? When I play some games which doesn't have voice acting in it, such as this game. So I never played any. Oh, I see why you can't type 1. That's my bad. No, there is a yeah. Okay, I see why. So there we go. Now you should be able to do exclamation points on quote if you want. Thank you. It works. So yeah.
Nice.
So nice. So yeah. So I wanted to. So when I don't play any visual stories, I play games where some does not have voice acting, and then I'll read out the text, and then I try to do different voices for different characters. And it is fun to challenge myself doing that and trying to come up with good voices. Sometimes I just come up with more pronunciation quirks for characters rather than different ways of speaking. I mean, there's a way of speaking, but like with tone and pitch and resonance and stuff like that. It's more quirks into speaking. But I haven't played much of voiceless games with text in them much lately anyway, so I haven't done much reading. And what codes do you get? Kurt, I should make her a ball. But yeah, I am a very nerdy bunny. And then that one worked. Yay, a ball! Good. That smells nice. That smells like a dog. Dogs are nice. Do dogs smell nice? Good. Toolbox can be my official underwear tracker. And you're not done a good job today. One of the characters is a young girl, so I gave her a bit of a lisp. How is doing different pitches working? Can you do a feminine voice?
I think the only place where I have been voice acting was when I was playing Rogue Trader.
You usually voice act when reading this dialogue.
I am.
Oh.
I'm voice acting the one Swedish voice I know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Padappa, padappa.
I am not so very good at feminine voice yet. But I believe that with more practice, you'll get. But as judging from your comment, you're actually going to practice and be able to do that, and that would actually be quite neat to see. It is a technique. Goes with it.
So bon.
I would say like, oh, I have no experience with it, but oh well, wait.
So bon.
Yes.
What does Jans mean?
Changed means, which again, it's the G that hides the letter dots. It means what do you say in English? Like a service. That would be the word. Changed comes from the same. So that's is a service, and then it has the same connection to the word tjänare, which means a servant, which has resulted in the word tjenare, which is a greeting. And it is quite interesting that in multiple languages, uttering the word or equivalent of a word to servant is a common greeting that people just use. In Swedish, it's more considered a slang term. Yeah, just telling someone, look, server. I was looking.
And that was B mean.
Which one?
B. B-E.
B. That's to ask for. It means like basically like praying. So it's a very formal, nice way of asking instead of just the word for asking.
So this sentence is in essence, I want to ask a favor.
Yes.
Service from you.
Yes, a favor is a good one, I guess.
Okay. Jag är samlare. I'm a collector. Is that it?
Samlare is a collector, yes. Since samla. Actually, I got it backwards. When you don't call someone a server when you speak to them, what you are saying is that I am. It is a shortening of I am your most humble servant, O noble lord. There's more of saying I'm to your service. Except it's just a common greeting, and you might so in Swedish it's tjenare, which I understand most people have heard of. German is zavus, but you might have heard about the Italian term ciao. It does not mean like, yeah, it comes directly from the word for slave, so it's a Central European like type of greeting. It exists in multiple languages, including Swedish, German, and Italian, and Hungarian. I wonder if it also exists in like Finnish. Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's at least not a very common one here, if nothing. And for what I hear, Finland has very... how to put it? Flat hierarchy, so to say. Or like, if we speak to a higher authority, we speak to them very normally.
I mean, yeah, that's here too. You wouldn't use tjenare. That's not considered a formal term. It's a very non-formal.
Well, to that we just have moi,
Yeah.
which is essentially hi. So, yeah.
Moi. Where does moi come from?
I'd.
Oh, it actually comes from German, apparently.
It does.
Which means moin, which it comes from German moin, which means is also high. But it's not very unclear what that came from. Some suggest it comes from the word for morgen, morning. Or it comes from other words, which means nice, bright and shiny. And so on. But I'm very sure that it comes from, the Finnish term comes from German.
Mm-hmm. So what does möjligt mean?
Möjligt, possible, as in allt möjligt. Is this phrase then, and like anything basically. Everything possible, so anything.
So I collect everything possible.
Yeah, like anything I can. Kind of.
Their house does not look like it. Or they're just awful collector.
They are an awful collector, or they just started.
Kind of weird to start by collecting just about anything.
However, they will not collect everything. You will see that probably in the next dialogue or something. You will see that they are actually not collecting anything. They're collecting one specific thing. There we go. Or this suggests that, yeah, you may translate it first. Feudalism history lessons with Pon. I'm not teaching feudalism.
There's actually a funny thing about...
Speaking of something else. I'm just kidding.
Information technology companies at the moment trying to create a sort of hardware feudalism.
Well, anyway.
Based on the fact that they possibly try to increase the prices of hardware and get you to use their hardware instead, which means that you need to pay them to use their hardware, a monthly subscription, which would then essentially be a tax to use their hardware. And since then we don't own any hardware ourselves, we need to use theirs instead, because getting your own is expensive, or too expensive. So, yeah. That's a theory I've been heard floating about.
Well, I sure would like that to be true.
What?
What? No, hello. That the companies wish that was true.
Well, yeah, and that's probably why people are saying that this is potentially something they are trying to get done. Though it might also be that if all the resources put into AI data farms fail to actually produce anything worthwhile with AI, they would then pivot that processing power and whatnot into remote PCs. The problem with that being that since they have built the data centers into places with bad internet, they would then need to upgrade internet to those data centers to do that.
That would be neat.
Would it?
I don't know. Better internet for those places.
Well, yeah, but that network would probably be practically only used up by the data centers.
Okay, well, that would not be good stuff.
Data centers and
yeah, that wouldn't be good. That is true.
hi, Tudi. How's my only subscriber doing today?
You need. Oh, Jannertto need more subscribers.
I don't know. I say that I am mainly a game developer and kind of secondly a content creator, but I do appreciate it.
You are quite amazing. And that you.
Thank you.
And
Though I would also almost want to ask what makes me so.
I don't know.
You don't necessarily need to answer.
It's just a feeling. We'll see when we get to the game development. You are very smart in there. And what's the word? Nothing.
Well, thank you for the compliments, Paul.
Toonie. I know what he's saying here. Man, I can't hit I can't hit an original soundtrack. Oh. That's what it says.
What does the ost mean here?
Ost means cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Aha. But I cannot get any cheese. What does that mean exactly?
Någon
Some cheese.
Cheese. I'm enjoying my weekend without the migraine. Oh, that happens.
I do hope you feel better soon. And I hope my suffering can reduce yours.
Jannertto suffers. This is what I'm putting Jannertto through, suffering on my end. To my benefit.
You're not putting me through this. My school system is putting me through this.
Okay. I guess I'm safe then.
Yeah, I would not let you put me through this if it wasn't for my school system.
Oh my.
So the school system is the actual fault for this thing.
I'm not allowed to put Jannertto through suffering. Fair enough. Cheese for everyone or cheese for no one, which can be just as good if you don't like cheese. No, I mean, if I don't like cheese, I wouldn't be happy. What did the sentence say? I couldn't find some cheese. Exactly. He gathers everything but just can't find any cheese.
And that's why the room doesn't have anything in it, because they don't actually gather everything.
Well, they gather everything except cheese. But I was gonna say, like, if there's something I don't like, that doesn't mean that no one should have it. So I wouldn't say it's just as good. With the say hypothetically, I don't like cheese. If you say like cheese for everyone, well, that's fine. I just don't have to eat the cheese, and then or cheese for no one, which can be just as good if you don't like cheese. But if I don't like cheese, no. I mean, if other people like cheese, they can still have it. I think that's
people have cheese, and I don't like cheese. Then I have something that I can sell others.
Yeah, that's even better.
Or give others.
That would be a nice gift.
If no one has cheese, then more other people want something I want. And then it is more likely that I need to pay more for the thing I want.
Well, in this case, is that if everyone has it, is to say is just as good as no one has it if you don't like it. So you're not looking for it because you don't like it. But really that means what don't like means, because you could also argue like morally speaking, and in that case you could argue like no one should have cheese because of moral reason. That's different. But normally when you say don't like a food item, it's because you don't like the taste.
Well, more generally, you just don't like to eat it. It could technically taste good.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes, which turns you off.
That is true.
Something.
It could be many reasons. But still, you choose. You don't. It's not for moral reasons, and but it's for usually for other reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I think that's a common issue with the general public, is that, oh well, I'm not interested in that, therefore no one should have it.
I'm the sort of person that if someone speaks about something I don't care for, I do sometimes start to get pretty angry about it. I don't know.
What?
Like, it's a strange thing. I saw many of my emotional feedbacks.
Well, I mean, you're not alone about it, I guess, but it is an issue.
Why do you think I speak about it?
Well,
I know I'm not alone with it, and even if I was alone with it, then speaking about it would make others understand me better.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Now they understand me better, and someone who might be going through the same thing, on the off chance that they happen to hear this, might know that they're not alone, and that might understand this is relatively normal to some
Fair
people.
point. Yeah. Overwatch will make it. Overwatch? I don't know. Oh yeah, you're going to play Overwatch to feel better. Yes. I hope.
At least I presume so.
Yeah. I hope it does help you. Theogoras. What? Moving on. The carrot for Bellboy.
Sheogorath.
Yes, have cheese.
Sheogorath was from Elder Scrolls.
Is it related to cheese?
It's the god of madness who always is related to cheese. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then I understand. Let's see. Bumblebee is 97% cute. Well, Coach, you never checked his cuteness. Coach, you're still here. You need to check your cuteness. Remain, keep in mind that the cheese code is... Or even says, keep in mind that the cheese code is from what is essentially a god of madness. So you're trying to find Lord in madness. Oh, I see. Well, I disagree with you, Coach. So yes, this is Shogorath who says and you just quoted it.
Well, the thing about madness is, it still runs on logic of sorts. Just a logic that no one else understands because their logic systems aren't built to understand.
Or she had zero
I suppose
cuteness.
resonate with it. I suppose, does it become madness when the inputs are faulty? Or when the logic system itself is faulty? Huh.
Don't know.
Maybe a bit of both.
What do you mean sees Koshi being negative and like, oh no, Koshi went for 1 anyway.
I mean, if the logic system itself is wonky, we would probably call that a mental illness. But if the input is faulty, how does that even work?
If the key doesn't fit the lock, it might not just be a wrong key, it might just be wrong key.
Haha.
Anyway,
I suppose this is more for me to ponder about myself at some point.
yeah. Coach is in cute death, yeah. He better pay back his cuteness to me. And I have ideas.
So if you find any cheese on your travels, can you maybe give it to me?
Where's this going?
What?
Add quote, if a key doesn't fit the lock, it not just be one key, it might even be one key. Wrong key. Wrong key. It's the wrong key. Should that really be written as wrong key? Yes,
I would argue the wrong key should be written like a key too.
How are you supposed to search for it then?
One key.
I don't think spelling it wonky that way would. I think it's overdoes it.
It's not the correct way to say it, but that's kind of what you're.
I disagree. I will let it be. I will let it be wonky. Maybe the quote should be wonky.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, let's see, quote. I said so many concerning things. Ironic, I say. Wonky. Jaded, 100% Q today. Wonky? So it was 1% Q today. What do you mean it's worth 2? Pon is 143. Jannertto is 89% cute.
Falsehoods and propaganda.
You want your value to be lower?
No.
Well then. Jaded, it's because I'm barely awake still. Yeah, you're cute when you're tired. The answer to every C in the universe is Orivian's cuteness value. 4 points to Gearbox. Yeah, you should have late today. I wonder what you were doing today. Especially because of the Jannertto is here. Jannertto. So yeah, I can have some Finnish talk. But then I wouldn't be able to join in.
Niin, sitä vois vissiin luulla.
No, that would be silly. There are other people in the house, so I can't be that okay, I see.
Well, hope your weekend is going well.
Yeah, hopefully you can tune in tomorrow when we're going to have a collab about Papa Kanin's and Sirius.
I just realized that this stream has probably been one of the worst dia shows around. Literally just been this one room.
Yeah, keep reading them. We're waiting for you.
Reading, that's the problem, is the translate. And how much these people body speak.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I love.
Love? No. Lova is to promise.
I promise, okay.
Spy race on Sunday. First beat nasty, it's going to be first beat nasty. Each on the PS1.
Give you something. In utbyte.
Yeah. Can't figure that one.
Doesn't seem to be here.
Do you have beta, perhaps?
Nope.
Okay, beta is to change, so utbyta is to out-change, so exchange. In exchange, utbyte is exchange. Because you can also... So
change.
So utbyte is an exchange, but byta ut means to exchange. There you go.
What did byta mean?
Utbyte, to an exchange.
So byta means change.
Exchange, yes. Not change, but
not utbyte.
Byta, ett byte. Ett byte is to change something. Utbyte is to exchange. No, it's an exchange. There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's change you. Something you like? No. What does kill mean?
Gilla. Yes, that's to like. Nibbles the bun. Hello, Kate.
What does kommer itself mean?
To come.
Oh my.
Oh no. Kommer at is there for the future tense.
So you get something you like.
Yeah. You'll... Yeah. That is what it means. Oh, I'm purple and wearing the bodysuit. What? Bubble Boy made me purple to again give me the witch outfit, but you sniped. Oh, Jannertto.
This was not my intention.
Okay. Orming is spawned by Warhouse, Prince Sweden and Joey.
So now Bonline looks like an alien bunny.
Well, I kinda am an alien bunny, haven't I?
Eldritch bunny, I suppose I'd argue.
A dream bunny?
Yeah. Aren't dream creatures kind of considered under the Eldritch umbrella?
Oh no. I'm no expert. I'm no expert in dream creatures. But Pon, aren't you? No. Someone is doing something to me, and I don't like it.
I'm Metallico.
Metallico did it. Oh no. God, of course it's you. Oh, Kate is blushing. Kate is blushing quite early. What do I have here? Oh, my quote. Quote, which would mean that she would need 7 times 366 pairs of panties and pick out the correct one for the day. That would be a lot of panties. Benoy, I'm a Benoy, I guess. A Calcutta strawberry. Don't sleep, Jaded. Don't sleep, Jaded. Get up, Jaded. It's an order. An order from the Dream Bunny.
Why shouldn't they sleep?
Because it's early morning and it's time to go from bed.
I feel like they are having a bit of a similar issue to mine then.
Maybe.
I need to actually like just start pulling myself out of the bed when my ring bell.
Yeah. Me too. That's why I try to get up from bed and do some exercise in the morning and then get on with the day.
You're restarting that thing?
Yes. Now I'm doing some exercise indoors.
And like week of actually cold weather and now it's been like -2 degrees for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's still cold.
Now we had like -30, I think, at some day.
If it's negative degrees, it's cold.
Nah, it's like needs to be at least -10 for it to actually be cold.
Okay, different culture, I guess.
I guess.
Anything below 0 is cold, and anything not below 0 is warm, okay?
You get far more of the Atlantic warm winds than we do, I guess.
Does make sense. We're stealing them.
I mean, arguably, those cold winters were one of the best defenses we had in the Winter War, so...
Yeah, there's that.
Also, arguably, we are stealing part of them before Siberia and Russia, so...
Even better.
It be what it be.
It's Saturday. It is. Therefore, you should come up because it's Saturday. Saturday. Or is this? Let's see quote. If you wanna draw more pon butt, you're free to do so.
As far as I know, there's one pon butt that has been drawn.
And you do like that one.
It's a nice one, yeah.
It features Jannertto in that one.
It is
Not in Ponpon's butt, but next to Ponpon's butt, okay? Just making that clear.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
No, I said it's a drawing of Ponpon's butt and there's Jannertto in it. So I had to clarify Jannertto is not in the butt, but next to the butt.
Yes, I have not infiltrated Ponpon's butt.
Not yet.
Well, that's a sentence you just said.
Yes. It was just 2 words, okay?
2 words can have a world of difference.
So, how about the future commissions? But Saturday night's alright for fighting. Don't fight. Do you have any cute songs for Ponpon to sing? Jannertto, you should come up with some songs for Ponpon to sing. Silly cute songs.
What now?
No, karaoke with Ponpon.
Ah. I don't really do the silly or cute in my music, so I'm not much help with that.
No, does make sense. I wouldn't take you as someone who listens to silly and cute music. Chippy chippy chappa chappa doobie doobie dala dala. Anyway,
I guess the silliest song I sort of know is the one Finland almost won the Eurovision with, but I don't personally really like that song. It seems to promote this sort of drinking and excess culture too much. Or potentially make fun of it, but I haven't really seen much proof of that.
that is a fair statement. Your opinions are valid. There we go. Try to say that in the correct way.
I don't really enjoy the excess culture slash the rapper culture where they need to have expensive cars and expensive clocks and whatnot that all are fake or just borrowed for them to look better than they are and usually end up being worse than they could be. So
yeah.
does not apply to all rappers and whatnot, but I suppose I dislike this subculture.
Anyway, what does this sentence say?
Anyway, indeed. Let us.
Lord.
What?
Lord.
That is let, does it? Not
No.
it means let.
Oh, sorry, you're translating it. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It means a let. That explains it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
So what does os mean?
Us is we.
We?
No, us.
We.
Us. I picked the wrong pronoun. It means us.
Not we. But
Not
us.
we. We means us. Us.
Not to be confused with US.
Yes, it's not the capital letters US, it's the lowercase letters us. Indeed.
And I'm wondering if there are other United States around there.
Well, there are.
Moving on.
Mexico and Brazil are 2 examples.
Huh. I suppose that partly explains the size.
And in English, while it's not called United States, the German divisions are called states, and they are united, so... You could say Germany is a country of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But in Germany they are known as Bundesländer, so...
Okay.
Okay.
So I have Sack and Sagger, but I do not have Saga.
Sayer. Come on, green banner with a dark pattern. That actually looks neat. Is this random? No, Bubble Boy picked this one. This is a neat color combination. Yes, say. So, Seiya is the dictionary word, the to say. Sayer is the present tense. Say is the command form, the imperative. So they are all the same verb in different forms. Maybe you should organize that. I don't know if you're doing it.
Sort of do.
Seems reasonable.
I put them all on same line and I separate them with a dot. And then I put on the other side of equals mark them in same order divided by a dot.
Neat.
Thanks.
We made it. You got up from bed. Should we celebrate this? Not in that way though. Yes, good. Now to just locate the nearest dress to put on. Celebration. I got up from my sleeping bag. Ooh, sleeping bag. Why are you sleeping in a bag? It's not the usual bed to use, but could be a reason for why you're using it.
What does Tio mean?
It's 10. That's a number. Do you know the Swedish numbers?
EU.
How many of the Swedish numbers do you know?
I actually remembered them surprisingly well when we went through them on class, but apparently from the 0 it's a bit difficult.
Start.
Or just in the wrong mindset.
Start from 0 and go up and see how far you can go.
At water. fyra, fem, sex, sju. I don't remember the 8, but then Neo was 9 and I believe Tio is 10.
There we go. 8 is 8. Like in råtta. And also is 7, not 7.
Is it written as?
Yeah, it's written.
A.
It's written "cu." That is correct. But it's
that's why I pronounce it that way. Purely
Okay.
on the case that I actually remember how to write it.
okay. But it's pronounced "shu." It's like trying to come up
That
with
is
that.
the problem of the people who need to listen to me, not mine. Because I
Oh.
actually need to remember how to write it.
Alright. Okay. It's like taking a word like I don't know a word in English that has like
I do that in English too, thank you for asking.
yeah. you take the word chat and then you pronounce it as hat.
Chat.
No, not as sat, but sat. Really pronouncing that. Maybe you can pronounce it as hat instead. Sounds funny.
I guess that word is just so used that I remember it without doing that
Yeah.
shenanigan with it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a bed nor can really get one plus space in a sense. Oh, so you're living alone and not enough space for a bed or can afford a bed. Huh.
That seems problematic.
Hopefully your sleeping bag is soft and nice. Put it on top of a bunch of pillows. Yeah, I didn't have a bed for over a year myself.
Good for your back.
But now I have a bed with a very thick mattress on it. Quote, you only have 21,431 more bits to provide to access this, but...
I don't remember when I got my bed, but it's this like actual spring bed. With relatively thin padding on top of it.
I don't like that style of bed, but I'm glad that you like it.
There's like a lot of actual metal springs in there, I think.
Yeah. Three stacks of pillows made the coffee. I'm glad that you have coffee, that's important.
Three stacks of pillows. That's a lot of pillows for a person to sleep on.
Not like a good amount of pillows. I like pillows.
I feel like that's sort of amount of pillows that would just be thrown about throughout my room if I had so many pillows when I was sleeping.
Violent sleeping.
No, apparently I'm very how to put this? The heck is the word? Very particular, I believe, is a word for it when I'm sleeping.
It's a word. I'm not sure how it works here.
So if I have extra stuff on the bed or something, it gets potentially very easily thrown out of the bed.
Oh no, imagine.
And
Just imagine Jannertto sleeping with a partner in bed and then that partner is thrown about.
I did sort of imagine the same thing, to be honest.
And that's
That will be
yeah.
a bridge to cross at some point if we get there, so...
Would you like to get there?
My relationship with my emotions is a complicated one, and I don't know if I want to speak about it right now.
Right. Let's... Okay, now that I figured out what this sentence says, can you read it?
I don't know what the last word means though.
Well, it starts with ost at least.
Yeah, it's a cheese, yeah.
And then skivor, or skivor as it would be for you.
Well, I don't have that word here.
No, that's the plural of skiva, which means slice.
So slices, 10 slices.
Although
Okay.
you're actually not correcting slices of cheese, you're actually collecting blocks of cheese, so...
I see. I guess they are 10 slices of a bigger block of cheese.
Is a cheese that's being cut into... I mean, I guess they could be considered slices, but I wouldn't consider it that, because when someone says that slice, when it comes to cheese, that's something you put on a piece of bread. And you would not put these on a piece of bread. That would be a bit too much cheese.
I take this as a challenge.
I want to see a photo of that. Microwaved melting all over the bread.
Who said anything about microwaving it?
No, to melt it. Maybe you want to cook it in another way that works too. That was just the first thing I thought of.
I usually don't microwave my bread or warm them in any way.
No, that's fine.
Sometimes I do certain cheeses because it makes taste better. But then I forgot this way of doing things, and now I'm back to just adding things on bread and then coming back to game.
I mean, that's fine, that's fine. I was thinking, because it would be such a huge block of cheese, you might want to melt it.
I'll probably put it on multiple breads if I'm actually gonna.
No, unacceptable. One slice on the bottom, one slice on the top.
I have actually done like layered bread, where there is like 3 bread slices and then each of the layers and stuff.
But that's not what I'm talking about here anyway, whatever. Duck, Rosh, you got a hot dog. Oh, but look, we got Jannertto here.
Hello.
Jannertto is reading Swedish. Now you know what the full sentence is.
I have also forgotten.
Derve. What do you mean?
I don't know what this darve means.
Me neither.
I thought I'd heard terve, but
It's darve is apparently a Sami word. And it is related to the Finnish word terva, which means tar, the substance. Doesn't it mean hello in Finnish? Oh.
the word I imagine you might mean is terve.
Yeah, terve might. It's close.
It also, I think, means healthy.
Yep, that is what it means. Oh. En oli kolmen terveen lapsen isä.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
If they have never actually seen it written down, it's kind of difficult to know how it's written.
Yeah.
Especially since languages be languages, and how we say U is not how the rest of the world sees the letter Y.
I.
U.
Olin sairastunut, mutta nyt olen terve.
Olen sairastunut, mutta nyt olen terve.
There we go. Sounds like you can speak Finnish fluently.
Then there's also a way of using the word sairas to emphasize things. Sairaan nope.
Tairan knobhead.
Kind of extremely fast, or
Tire the first no yeah, Saira.
thickly fast. Doesn't make much sense in English. Du kommer tillbaka till mig när du har hittat 10 ostskivor.
Skivor.
Let us say that you come back, get back. To me. When you have found 10 cheese slices.
There we go.
Yippee.
You did it.
This wasn't even mystical, weird fucking shenanigans where I need to understand
No, for once.
sentence structures.
There we go, that's about presumably
Ja,
the
vänta här.
last.
I wait here.
Yes. Dialogue that way. Lite ost, tack. A little bit of
Now I'm
cheese.
going to refuse to speak to anyone.
What about the missions to progress the game? Now you have a mission to collect cheese.
Whatever the cheese is found.
But it's a side mission, so... Or something, presumably. I don't remember, maybe it's not a side mission at all. Now one of the guests have left, I can safely watch Pon Pon without anyone questioning me. Wait, I'm not a questionable streamer. What is this accusation?
Right.
What do you mean? What is that? You're saying...
Yep. Totally non-question.
Then...
Yep.
Most...
I might then ask, what is Pon Pon known for, most known for as a streamer?
I'm a cute bunny. Well, if we go to what a server, we can have someone who just all of a sudden said, nuzzles everyone and gives Pon Pon panties.
That guy respawns. Well, heck.
Infinite farming of points. You got 150,000. Can I say that number in Swedish?
Potentially yes, but I don't have the brain power to do it while this bullshit is going on.
No, that's the challenge. 152,300. That sounds Finnish. Finland, Swedish.
Does sound familiar.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like Finland, Swedish as well. Oh, look, I move. Yeah, if I were to say it in my Finland Swedish compared to my normal Swedish. 152,300 compared to 152,300. There you go. Beautiful. Let's see. Wait, I'm not a questionable streamer. What is this accusation? Yay, celebration. You gotta... No, Jannertto. You're making me into a questionable streamer at this moment. You're the questionable one.
I don't disagree with this. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure you made this hole for yourself.
No. You caused this to happen. You're the one doing it.
And you're the one enabling me.
No. Although I am. Okay, now I'm wearing my sportswear. I'm a sporty bunny. I can run around with this outfit. Just don't look up my skirts while I'm doing my exercising. And because Ponpon is a questionable streamer... Huh? What? You're a naughty person, Jannertto, says Jannertto.
I don't know about that.
You got the funk puzzle. Maybe we should have enabled it now.
Yes, this is a bad place to enable it indeed.
Oh, Ponpon. Hello, Roxys. You got 50 stream in a row. Bad quote, just don't look up my skirt while I'm doing my exercise. Oh, nice, you got up to that one. And the
But I
is...
can't open this chest, so
No.
it was for nothing.
You can only open the brown ones. The wooden ones.
This was where we stole the bird from and then ended up in the weird
Yeah.
mushroom people village. That are actually mice.
Indeed.
That is a very strange sentence.
Yeah. Did you say mushroom?
This is
No,
the world of fire.
the mushroom people that are actually mice.
Indeed.
This
This is a almost quote-worthy sentence.
Yeah. Someone should quote that on Jannertto's site.
Yeah, imagine that. Oh yeah, and this takes me here. But I did not see any cheese there. Wait. This goes somewhere. Or is this where I came from? This is where I came from. That was the weird mushroom forest area. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I don't play this game enough to actually create my usual surprisingly good mind map.
Was it something like that? Yeah, the Bean Bacchus or Baxus, who knows?
Thank you for the quote, Bon.
Gotta make sure you have a large number of codes.
Seems like a place where I need to speak to someone.
Yeah. Place to speak. The horrors of this game.
Indeed. Torture this game puts me through. Where would one find cheese?
Well, you're not going to find old cheese now, let's say that.
Well, heck. That probably means that I need to speak to someone.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Secret area found, but you didn't get anything from it.
Apparently so. Return pipe is kinda annoying, to be honest. I don't know. Is there anything here that I haven't found yet?
Oh no, there's no code system.
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
You should take mine.
I did, but it didn't work.
Oh, I mean, it should work now. I mean, I did change stuff with it, like I improved it, so it might work now.
I feel like there's something else going on there and I would need to do some debugging.
Do you know which person you should speak to? I don't think you need to speak. Actually,
Obviously
speak.
not.
I do want to know which person you should speak to.
Den röda spockvinnans hos gratis podomar. What?
What was that reaction?
Frustration and lack of motivation combined with need to do it.
Yeah, maybe you've translated enough for today.
One would think so.
Come on with
What
me.
does röda mean?
That means red. But of course for plural or definite, which is the definite this time.
What does den mean?
It's the definite article. What does the
I
definite
don't
article?
understand what they mean at this point.
The definite article is marking that person communicating with you has the assumptions that you know what they are talking about.
I'm speaking to a sign.
Yeah? Whoever was the sign assumes that you know who they're talking about. Imagine Jannertto going up the sign like, why is there a definite article here? This is a sign.
What does spockvinnans mean?
Spåkvinn, that would be, what's the word? The one who predicts future. Kind of person. Future predictor lady. Fortune teller, there we go. Completely forgot that word.
Oh.
Although fortune teller sounds like someone who tells that you should be fortunate. Fortune, that means something good, right? If you're going to have a fortune, you're going to have it like... They're not a fortune teller, they're just a future teller, right? I think I talked about this last time. Well, the Swedish word spå person, spåkvinna in this case, that would refer to the att spå is the act of predict the future. It doesn't necessarily mean something good.
Thanks for the quote, Tuke.
Oh, God, quote, I'm speaking to a sign. Yeah, it's also just not I'm speaking a sign. It was this exasperated speaking to a sign. That one made it so good. Looks like you had to put quote add and as an alias to add quote.
I guess.
Quote.
Or make another command that handles it that way. I don't know.
No, it's easy to just make a... I can show you.
You're the regex wizard in this duo, I guess.
Yep. I can't even type it in chat at this very moment. There you go. That allows to add quote and quote add, but it doesn't care about exactly how you spell it. It all cares about you write an A with any number of D's after it, and then a Q with the letters out in any order from any number, even including 0. Obviously, if you have quotes that are commands that are similar, that might result in a collision. So this only works. Yeah. If you need it more specific, you can like put the U after the Q if you want it to work to avoid any collisions, but I assume you're not going to have any collisions. I assume.
What did space mean in the regex?
Space is just a space.
Does it separate things? Does it not?
It requires that you have a space.
In the regex code and not.
Yes, space is a literal space.
Okay.
Wait, so you could write add the quotes and it'll work? Yes. You can do that with my command.
Switch the quotes maker quickly while I'm at it. Can I? Oh, I can't. Well, that's odd. Guess I need to make a copy and it together. Beyond the fact that it doesn't work on this. And now it just crashed.
Whoa, no, what?
Stream.bot just crashed.
Oh,
Because
well.
I was editing quotes.
Although yeah, so if you wanted to add an optional space, which isn't bad to have an optional space, to be fair.
That wasn't necessarily what I was working on. I was just wanted to remind myself of how that worked.
Yeah, but you can, for example, write code like this. That, I mean, it might be better with a question mark. Doesn't really matter. The star means any number. Question mark means 1 or 0. Twitch doesn't allow you to.
Oh, that's interesting.
Twitch doesn't allow you to do multiple spaces anyway, but if someone actually managed to do multiple spaces, this star will actually handle that. Let's say that wrong. Will actually handle it. The question mark requires 1 or 0 spaces, so if you actually manage to get 2 in there, it will actually not work. But Twitch shouldn't allow that, and yeah, but some people have actually managed to get 2 spaces in a row in their messages sometimes. But it is extremely rare. So maybe question marks are better for performance. I don't know if there is a performance difference. But yeah, that allows you to type quotes and with a space as well. Of course, you still need the, of course, the raw input stuff, which you know, which again has that. And when I showed you the all the stuff running it. But yeah, and also add quote as well as add the quote. Yes, you can mix up the letters O, U, T, and E in any order you want. And you don't even have to use all of them. You can use 0 to an infinite number of them. Technically not, because, you know, Twitch has a limit on your messages.
Whose is house, right?
Whose is house, yes.
What does gratis mean?
Free, without payment. So yeah, so you can write that. Wait, you can't? Oh, that was interesting. No, because the actual one I wrote was a bit more restrictive. The T cannot come before U. But it doesn't matter. There we go. That's allowed. There we go. But I will delete that one because that's obviously not the real quote. But yeah, it works. Yes. If someone accidentally types 3D, I'm not just going to reject the command. It's just silly. That's just silly. I know, what did it say? Yes, the house is used gratis is no payment, as in free.
What does Spodomar mean?
Spodomar is really it's the predictions, as in fortunes. I guess it's usually a term in English.
I think they usually call them readings or something.
Oh yeah, readings actually is a good term because that doesn't imply good. Yeah, fortune here says is a favorable destiny. But it also says just generic predictions presented by a fortune teller, which does not says it's favorable.
But yeah, apparently Timo likes to say for 0 currency, and apparently that might be a loophole they use to not actually give things for free, even though they technically promise things for free.
Wait, what? In what context did you say?
In Timo.
Wait, what?
They have these like weird stupid sales where you get an item for free, but you need to actually buy separate other items.
Oh yeah, because you can't call it free if you actually have to pay something. So this one, buy 2 get 1 free, is not free because you're buying 2 items. You get buy 2 and get 1 for 0, or get 1 included in your purchase, or like get an extra one. There are many ways to use. You can say it without using the word free, and that's why I personally believe it should be illegal to call something for free if you're paying for it.
I think that's kind of the thing here. That might be the reason they can't call it free.
Yeah, because in Swedish, when we have these deals, when you get an extra for free, the Swedish term is på köpet, which means on the buy, on the purchase, basically. It was a quick short term. And that really needs to be a common saying in English to avoid calling things free. But there are English speakers who insist that it is free even though they're paying for it. And which annoys me is like, yeah, but I'm paying for this subscription and get all this stuff for free. No, you're literally paying for this stuff. That's what you're doing.
You're paying for a service and getting the service you pay for.
Yeah.
Getting the service for free when you pay for a subscription that does nothing.
Yeah, like, yeah. And that's why I think it should be illegal to call it for free. But apparently that's very common in English-speaking countries to still call it free.
I'm sort of feeling like there aren't any places I can go without speaking a lot.
Yeah, I think what you have.
Low, so
I think what you have to do if you want to know what to do next to avoid speaking to people is to go to the central area and redesign.
I need to speak to the sign.
Yeah, you need to speak to the actual correct sign.
I don't know. I feel like I might want to end here.
Yeah. You can redesign next.
That's fine.
Yeah, that sign should give you the next mission.
Okay, I'll park in front of it then.
Park. Have you engaged your parking brake?
It's always on.
Oh, you're really wearing it out. Just grab the lever. Maybe you'll... Quickie box 494 quote. Can you do that? I mean, let's see. If you type 494 these, and you have one A, one space, and then 5 letters for quote, that actually is too many. You can't do that. But I assume you didn't mean the space. I assume the space is just added there for clarity. So without the space, yes, that will make the full command 500 characters. That would, yes. You missed an exclamation point, so that you need to lower it down to 3. However, the command will still not run because you need at least followed by space and 1 character. So you need to lower it by an additional 2. So the maximum number of these you can add is 491. However, you don't need the UOTE. You can skip that part, meaning that you can again raise it by 4, meaning that is 495.
It's a lot of D.
Yes. And see, quote, since I am not doing it in a sexual provocative manner, I'm just taking my clothes off because someone said, take off your clothes for this amount of money. And yeah, I'll do it. Nothing sexual provocative going on with that, is there?
I see.
I see. So what do you think someone wants you to take off your clothes for money except nothing sexually provocative? I'm not doing the sexually provocative thing though. I'm still saying that I'm innocent. Adding quotes, I'm not doing the sexual provocative thing. Hello, Jannertto, Swedish bunny. Oh yeah, we should do a bunny implementation. Okay.
I was wondering if we could rate a person playing Peak. Or do you have?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I just
Here is my suggestion.
there you go. I actually wanted to add the quote and also use all those D's. Let's go to the channel and see. This is Kikirakira. This is collab also with Millis and Nam. Are they
They're all
Finnish?
pretty
Oh look, at least one of them is Finnish. Are the rest Finnish? That's also Finnish.
Yeah, well, they're all Fin-tubers. I think Millis might.
It's not written on Millis' short description now. No, here says Fin-tuber too.
Millis
There we go.
doesn't really speak Finnish that much, so I don't really know the like deeper status of their Finishhood, so to say. But they are a Fin-tuber as far as I know.
Yeah, it says Fin-tuber there. So, yes, so we should raid, you say. Let's type in /raid and username, and I would press enter. Swedish body infiltration. No, thank you for adding the quotes to your box, even though I kind of added it already. I guess you've typed it more correctly. What did you type it with double E? That's not how you spell Swedish.
Yeah.
I'm going to type it with a single. Yeah, exactly. Type it correctly. I'm going to type it correctly. I'm going to do this. Then.
Nice.
Noise. I couldn't think of any other infiltrating. I mean, if you want to use the boobing pon, that works.
The card pon.
Yes, that one.
Swipe.
I'll change it to this black one actually. Okay, I'm ready to raid.
Okay. Thank you for the stream.
Thank you for the stream too.
See you next week, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll do that. Raiding in 3, 2, 1, go. People write a lot of stuff there.